Hi, kids, business owners, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, whatever it is that you want to do to be successful in life in your terms, right? We're studying Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I know I always have trouble with this with the graphics. My version is the green cover with the gold bars. And we also are working on the homework in the Think and Grow Rich Action Guide, courtesy of Stacey Harris and C. Stacey Sunday. I am my REI secret weapon, and we are learning how to make more money, right? Training our money mindset and taking care of business. So in chapter 9, confirm that because my book and my workbook are off. Chapter 10, be chapter 10 homework, this mystery of sex transmutation. And I'm really looking forward to this chapter. It is very timely. Coinciding with a new love interest after a long time out of the dating game. So this will be an interesting experiment, to say the least. And this is where we find out if any of you are really even listening to me. Don't forget to interact, like, share, subscribe, all the things, right? So in rereading chapter 10 from a perspective of trying to glean the homework out of the chapter, it would appear that Napoleon Hill is challenging me to be open to love and the power of sex and the inspiring force of romance. Takes the love, the sex, and the romance. These are things that I am not only out of practice with, but had lost interest in. And so this would be very interesting that my homework, very timely in my journey, that this chapter would say, open up and don't just lock it out. So that's very interesting. Let's see what the study guide has to say, shall we? Chapter 10, The Mystery of Sex, the 10th Step Toward Riches. The Mystery of Sex Transmutation. The meaning of the word transmute is, in simple language, the changing or transferring of one element or form of energy into another. The emotion of sex brings into being a state of mind. Because of ignorance, this state of mind is generally associated with the physical, and because of improper influences to which most people have been subjected in acquiring their knowledge of sex, things essentially physical have highly biased the mind. This chapter focuses on men, but women can glean much knowledge and insight from it as well. Behind the emotion of sex is the possibility of 3 constructive potentialities. Number 1, the perpetuation of humankind. Number 2, the maintenance of health. As a therapeutic agent, it has no equal. And number 3, the transformation of mediocrity into genius through transmutation. Sex transmutation is simple and easily explained. It means the switching of the mind from thoughts of physical expression to thoughts of some other nature. Sex desire is the most powerful of human desires. When driven by this desire, men particularly develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. So strong and impelling is the desire for sexual contact that men freely run the risk of life and reputation to indulge in it. When harnessed and redirected along other lines, this motivating force maintains all of its attributes of keenness of imagination, courage, etc., which may be used as powerful creative forces in literature, art, or in any other profession or calling, including, of course, the accumulation of riches. The transmutation of sex energy calls for the exercise of willpower, to be sure, but the reward is worth the effort. The desire for sexual expression is inborn and natural. The desire cannot and should not be submerged or eliminated, but it should be given an outlet through forms of expression that enrich the body, mind, and spirit. If not given this form of outlet through transmutation, it will seek outlets through purely physical channels. Give sex energy an outlet through expressions that enrich the mind, body, and spirit. A river may be dammed and its water controlled for a time, but eventually it will force an outlet. The same is true of the emotion of sex. It may be submerged and controlled for a time, but its very nature causes it to be ever-seeking means of expression. If it is not transmuted into some creative effort, it will find a less worthy outlet. Fortunate indeed is the person who has discovered how to give sex emotion an outlet through some form of creative effort. For by that discovery, the person has been lifted to the status of a genius. Scientific research has disclosed these significant facts. Number one, the men of greatest achievement are men with highly developed sex natures, men who have learned the art of sex transmutation. Number two, the men who have accumulated great fortunes and achieved outstanding recognition in literature, art, industry, architecture, and the professions were motivated by the influence of a woman. The research from which these astounding discoveries were made went back through the pages of biography and history for more than 2,000 years. Wherever there was evidence available in connection with the lives of men and women of great achievement, it indicated most convincingly that they possessed highly developed sex natures. The emotion of sex is an irresistible force against which there can be no such opposition as an immovable body. When driven by this emotion, men become gifted with a superpower for action. Understand this truth, and you will catch the significance of the statement that sex transmutation will lift you to the status of a genius. Of course, this is speaking in generalities and not excluding the power of sex transmutation in the gay and lesbian community. That's my own edit. That was not in the action guide. The emotion of sex contains the secret of creative ability. Destroy the sex glands, whether in beast or man, in man or beast, sorry, and you have removed the major source of action. For proof of this, observe what happens to any animal after it has been castrated. A bull becomes as docile as a cow after it has been altered sexually. Sex alteration takes out of the male, whether man or beast, all of the fight that was in him. Sex alteration of the female has the same effect. The 10 mind stimuli. The human mind responds to stimuli through which it may be keyed up to high rates of vibration, known as enthusiasm, creative imagination, intense desire, etc. The stimuli to which the mind responds most freely are, number one, the desire for sex expression. Excuse me. Number two, love. Number three, a burning desire for fame, power, financial gain, or money. Number four, music. Number five, friendship. Number 6, a master alliance based on the harmony of two or more people who ally themselves for spiritual or temporal advancement. Number 7, mutual suffering, such as that experienced by people who are persecuted. Number 8, autosuggestion, which we all know I'm a huge fan of, right? Number 9, fear. Number 10, narcotics and alcohol. The desire for sex expression comes at the head of the list of stimuli, which most effectively step up the vibrations of the mind and start the wheels of physical action. 8 of these stimuli are natural and constructive. 2 are destructive. The list is presented for the purpose of enabling you to make a comparative study of the major sources of mind stimulation. It is readily seen that the emotion of sex is, by great odds, the most intense and powerful of all mind stimuli. Important summary points. Sex transmutation means switching the mind from thoughts of physical expression to thoughts of some other nature. Sex desire is the most powerful human desire. When driven by sex desire, people develop keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability unknown to them at other times. The transmutation of sex energy calls for the exercise of willpower, but the reward is worth the effort. The world is ruled by human emotions. Intemperance in sex habits is just as detrimental as intemperance in habits of drinking alcohol and eating. Take action. Are you taking advantage of the power of sex energy by transmuting it in constructive ways? This power can be communicated to others through, number 1, a handshake. The touch of the hand indicates instantly the presence of magnetism or the lack of it. Meaning, if you have a weak handshake, you have an awkward handshake, you have an anxious handshake, right? You're giving a lot of information to the other person included in the handshake, right? And you can actually take classes on how to properly shake hands with people, especially in a business space, because you have, right, you only have the first impression to make a first impression. And looking people in the eye and giving a firm and confident handshake, but not too overdoing it, right, and not being afraid to touch people, all says a lot of things to the other person. Number 2, your tone of voice. Magnetism or sex energy is the factor with which the voice may be colored or made musical and charming, meaning you speak to people in different ways to convey different emotions. And so you're using that to your advantage when you are speaking softly in your lover's ear. It's a lot different than, hey, get off of that sidewalk, you little stinker, or you're angry, right? That's a totally different tone. Number 3, your posture and the way you carry yourself. Highly sexed people move briskly and with grace and ease. So what this means to me is that they're self-aware in their body, right? So it's not necessarily they're getting a lot of sex. They have a strong libido. And so they are displaying that in their body language and the way that they carry themselves. Number 4, vibration of thought. Highly sexed people mix the emotion of sex with their thoughts and influence those around them. So, people who have a lot of emotion in their conversations, both in their facial expressions and the words that they choose, as well as smiling, laughing, um, those kinds of expressions. When you're talking with a person such as that, it makes you feel a certain way. It makes you more attracted to them. It makes you want to engage with them. Number 5, body adornment. People who are highly sexed are usually very careful about their personal appearance. They usually select a clothing style becoming to their personality, physique, complexion, etc. They're also wanting to draw your attention to particular things that you want to pay attention to them on their body. So I'm thinking of, women who like to wear skimpy outfits, right? They want to draw that attention to their body for a reason. If people want to draw attention to their face, they're going to be dressed more modestly so that that attention is drawn to what is exposed to the observer, right? So how you dress, how you put on your makeup, how you do your hair. It all says things about you when you're in the public, and particularly when you're in your money consciousness, right? So think about how you're presenting yourself to your potential customers, clients, donors, um, partners, right? All the people that you're coming into contact with. Number 6, when employing sales associates, capable sales managers look for the quality of personal magnetism as the first requirement. People who lack sex energy will never become enthusiastic nor inspire others with enthusiasm. And enthusiasm is one of the most important requisites in salesmanship, no matter what you're selling. If you're selling something, you have to be passionate about it. Highly successful salespeople attain the status of master because they either consciously or unconsciously transmute the energy of sex into sales enthusiasm. Have you acquired this trait? Write down some ideas about what sex transmutation means to you and how you can apply it in your life. Be right back. Okay. Have you acquired this trait? Write down some ideas about what sex transmutation means to you and how you can apply it in your life. And unfortunately, I didn't get to ideas. I wrote a lot of things about just one idea. So forgive me, but here goes. You guys get to see the transparency, the work, right? I'm sharing my work with you so that you can do your own work. That's really what this channel is about, is me helping you to um, have the tools to be great. Your potential, you just get to direct. You need to learn where we all need to learn. I'm learning, right? How are we going to do this? 10 years of celibacy as a means to focus on parenting and entrepreneurship has prepared me for being more intentional about who I share my time and energy with. The coincidence is not lost on me that I am faced with an opportunity to connect with someone on this level at this precise time in my strategic planning. Being ready for the gift. Remember, you have to get yourself ready so that you can get the gifts that you expect. Because I have been so independent for so long, and because so many of my relationships have been toxic, I will need to carefully balance tenderness with boundaries, vulnerability with discernment, and autonomy with trust. So there you go. My homework is to see what happens in Jamaica. Maybe this is a turning point in my romantic life, as well as my money life, as well as my travel life, as well as my retirement life, right? Let's see. That is my REI secret weapon. That's chapter 10 of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Hope you guys are learning a lot. I hope you are at least entertained with my crazy transparency and letting it all hang out for you guys. If anyone wants to bless me, of course, you can send me PayPal to info@b&b locationservices.com. Venmo, Havon Fun with Renee. That's HAVONWITHRENEE. Or feel free to buy me a cocktail, a lunch, dinner, gift cards, whatever floats your boat. Come to cash flow. See you guys soon. Take care and to your wealth.